Good day, class. This is Teacher Jane and welcome to Learning Science 4. For today's lesson, we will talk about Lesson 9, Safety Precautions in Disposing Waste Materials. For our objectives, at the end of the lesson, the pupils are expected to classify waste materials according to its properties, promote proper disposal of waste by enumerating its waste and safety precautions. Third, illustrate a poster that promotes proper disposal of waste. So now, before we start our lesson for today, let's have a short motivational activity. I have here two boxes with the labels useful and harmful. Identify the materials that I will show you, class. Then, I will put them inside the respective boxes. Do you understand, class? Okay, now I have here plastic bags. Was it useful or harmful? Okay, very good. It is harmful. How about this one, a rubber slipper? Was it useful or harmful? It is useful. How about all toys made of plastic? Was it useful or harmful? Okay, good. It is useful. How about the empty boxes? Was it useful or harmful? Okay, it is useful. How about the plastic bottle of water? Was it useful or harmful? Okay, great. It is useful. How about the candy wrappers? Was it useful or harmful? Okay, good. It is useful. How about the balloons? Was it useful or harmful? Okay, very good. It is useful. How about the drink cans? Was it useful or harmful? Okay, great. It is useful. How about the broken pieces of glass? Was it useful or harmful? Okay, that is correct. It is harmful. How about the disposable diaper? Was it useful or harmful? Okay, very good. It is harmful. Now that you have finished gathering the materials, did you find it fun? Okay, very well. I'm glad that you had fun and become active with this motivational activity. So now, I have another collection of waste materials such as empty packages of candies, biscuits, medicine, cans of milks, sardines, and empty bottles, tubes of shampoos and conditioners. Let's start sorting this out. I have a question. Which of these materials is still useful to us? Correct. The materials that are still useful to us are empty packages of candies, biscuits, empty cans of milk, and sardines. How about the materials that are harmful to us? Okay, the materials that are harmful to us are empty packages of medicine, empty bottle tubes of shampoos, and conditioner. So now, class, how are we going to dispose these waste materials? Okay, very good. We should always remember, class, to segregate the waste materials according to their properties. Now, do you want to go to the different places? In our next activity, we are going to the different stations. Are you excited, class? Okay, for Station 1, we are going to a household. In Station 2, hospital is the place we are going. And lastly, in Station 3 is in the market. The task that we will do in every station is to identify the waste materials that are commonly found in every station. Is that clear? Okay, very good. While we do our activity, please be guided by this table. Now, let's go to Station 1, the household. In 3, 2, 1. Wow, what a beautiful household. So these are the materials we can find in Station 1. Burned out rubber slippers, used t-shirts, old wood toys, old plastic toys, balloons, disposable diapers, broken pieces of glass, plastic bags, and juice wrappers. Now, using the table, sort the materials in Station 1. For the materials that not decay, do you have these from the list? Okay, so none. Next are the materials that does not decay. Some of it are worn rubber slippers, used t-shirts, old wood toys, old plastic toys, balloons, disposable diapers, broken pieces of glass, plastic bags, and juice wrappers. Now, we are done in Station 1. Let's proceed to the hospital, our Station 2. So now, we are in the hospital where patients will be treated. So these are the materials we can find in Station 2, such as disposable syringes, empty boxes of medicines, and empty bottles of dextrose and tubing. Now, using the table, sort the materials in Station 2. For the materials that decay, do you have this from the list? Okay, so again, none. Next are the materials that does not decay. Some of it are disposable syringes, empty boxes of medicines, empty bottles of dextrose, and tubing. Now we are done in Station 2. Let's proceed to the market, our Station 3. Market is the place where we buy different goods. So these are the materials we can find in Station 3, the market. So these are the materials we can find in Station 3, such as vegetable fruit peelings, plastic bottles of water, balloons, leaves, candy wrappers, soft drinks cans, plastic bags, and juice wrappers. Now, using the table, sort the materials in Station 3. For the materials that decay, do you have any from the list? Okay, some of it are vegetable or fruit peelings and leaves. Next are the materials that does not decay. Some of it are plastic bottles of water, balloons, candy wrappers, soft drink cans, plastic bags, and juice wrappers. I'm glad that you are all attentive in my class. So now we will find out more about the safety precautions in disposing of waste materials. Are you ready? Okay, now I have here a picture of waste materials that we can find in the hospital, market, and household. Look at the pictures carefully, then I will give you a set of questions that you need to answer. Do you understand, class? Okay, very good. Now, what are the waste materials commonly found in the hospital? Okay, very good. Disposable syringes, used gauze pad, and cotton balls. Those are the waste materials that are commonly found in the hospital. So, how are we going to dispose it? Okay, so we disposed it and they were placed in the labeled boxes. Now, what are the waste materials commonly found in the market? So some of the materials we can find are fruit peelings and fish scales. Now, how about in your house? How do you dispose it? Very good again. I'm glad that you already know what waste materials we can find in such places. For the last question, what are the safety precautions that we need to observe in disposing waste materials? Excellent! Let's give everyone a round of applause. Through these activities, I hope that you really learned a lot. Now class, let's discuss further the safety precautions in disposing of waste materials. Waste materials should be disposed properly. There are many waste materials found in the home, classrooms, and laboratories. Below are the examples of the waste materials. Can you read what materials we can find in the offices? Very good. How about in laboratories? Okay, that's correct. So, proper segregation of materials should be observed. Do not mix decaying materials to non-decaying materials. So, can you give me an example of decaying materials? Excellent. How about non-decaying materials? Okay, very good. The sharp object should be placed in a cardboard box and close or tape the box and mark it as a trash. Never touch waste materials with your hand. Use adequate equipment in sorting waste materials to avoid puncture from the sharp objects. What materials can we use to avoid puncture from the sharp objects? Okay, very good. Now, there are numerous precautions to take in disposing of your hazardous waste that prevent injury and further effects to the environment. These are the safety precautions of hazardous waste. Number 1. Segregated waste. Make sure that you always segregate your waste products to prevent chemical reactions from happening. Solids, liquids, and gases should all be separated from disposal. Furthermore, be sure to follow government guidelines on how to separate chemicals into the appropriate categories. Number 2. Label containers. It is incredibly important that all hazardous waste disposal containers are properly labeled so they can be handled properly. Be sure to use EPA labels without any abbreviation and always include the EPA hazardous waste number. Labeling simply with the category of waste is also insufficient. Failing to properly label can lead to leaks, explosion, and insufficient treatment, leading to a greater potential for unsafe work circumstances and environmental hazards. Number 3. Liquids go in screw tops. When disposing of liquid hazardous waste, the containers in which you store them should always be tightly sealed with no chance of leakage. Be sure that you have a leak management system in which to store all your liquid waste and to always keep track of any liquid that might leak out of your containers or be spilled in the transferring the waste to containers. Number 4. Inspect quickly. State Health and Environment Departments provide all the resources your company will need to properly handle all your hazardous waste. They will further come and inspect your facility to not only make sure that you are complying with the regulations, but also to look for things that you might have missed that could be harm to your employees or the environment. Inspections are the utmost importance anywhere that hazardous waste is stored. Are you still listening? Okay, then what are the 4 safety precautions of hazardous materials? Okay, very good. I'm glad that you're still listening. Recycle non-decaying waste materials such as plastic bottles. They can be made into decorations and pots. Generate income by selling all newspapers, cardboard, cartulinas, manila paper, and bond papers, and other waste materials that are not recyclables. Reuse plastic bags. Recycle to make something new from something that has been used before. Example, plastic bottles of 1.5 liters of drinks can be made into flower bags or pots. Juice wrappers or candy wrappers can be made into pillows. I have here a question. What are you going to do with the old newspapers at home? Nice answer. Through recyclable materials, we can earn money and use it for our expenses. Now we finish our discussion. I have here a question for everyone. Why do you think we need to have precaution in handling waste materials? Anyone who wants to answer in the class? Good job! You have a good answer. Let us all remember again all the tips related to disposal of waste materials. First, waste materials should be properly disposed. Second, proper segregation of materials should be observed. Third, the sharp object should be placed in a proper place. Fourth, never touch waste materials with your bare hands. And fifth, recycle and generate income. 6. Reuse plastic bags. We must always remember this class. Are we all clear? Okay, very good. Let us give everyone a round of applause. For our evaluation, answer the following questions. You may answer it in this Google form link. Do you get it, class? And for our assignment, illustrate a poster that promotes proper disposal of waste. Be guided on the given rubrics. Class, you will submit your output in our group chat. Do you understand? Okay, great! Thank you, class, for joining in our today's class. I hope you have learned a lot today. So, goodbye, class!